Sometimes when you're writing a solo, it can feel like you're missing something that has some dazzle to it. Something weird, you know? A mind-bending sequence that'll either piece two pieces of a solo together or wrap it up with something unique. You may also be searching for a musical guitar practice exercise that combines legato, sweep picking, and sliding, all in one effective way. Lucky for you, I've got just what the doctor ordered. Grab your axe, take a seat, and we'll dive into how to play a truly face-melting guitar lick. Thank you so much for shredding with me today. I've got a really cool bonus resource I want to throw in to express my gratitude to you, and it's my Elite Tones cheat sheet. And what it does is it gives you my best tips on how to dial in great sounding amp tones to your liking. It even shows you how to make digital amp simulator plugins sound like authentic physical amplifiers. It even includes direct links to some of my favorite free amp sims. This cheat sheet will cost you absolutely nothing. It's just my way of saying thanks for joining me today, and you can grab it right away by clicking the link in the description or by going to zacksharguitar.com. So I'm really excited to show you how to play this really crazy sounding diminished run. We're going to be starting at the 10th fret of the high E string, and from there you can use your pinky or your ring finger to play that note. I might go back and forth with it, but you want to keep your index finger on fret 7 of that high E string. So from there we're going to hit that 10th fret, and then we're going to pull off to fret 7. And then from there, we're going to play those same frets in the same way, but instead of playing on the high E string, we're going to be playing on the G string. So we've got... From here, this is where a little sweeping comes in. We're going to hit the 10th fret of that G string, rake down to fret 9 of the B string, and then hit fret 7 of that high E string. So we've got this. From here, I do a hammer-on to the 10th fret of the high E string, while at the same time sliding up to fret 13. So starting from the top of that sweep on the 10th fret of the G string, Alright, so now from here, we're set up in the second position of this 3-position sequence. So we're going to pull off from the 13th fret back to the 10th fret of the high E string. And this is going to look like a familiar shape because we're going to do the same exact thing on the same exact frets. But instead of playing on the high E string, we're going to bring that up to the G string. So we're going to pull off those notes again. I'm going to show you what the first 4 notes of section 2 of this sounds like. From here, we're going to do the same exact sweep, but in this new position by going from fret 13 of the G string to fret 12 of the B string, and then fret 10 of the high E string. Now we're going to do something pretty similar. We're going to hammer on to that 13th fret of the high E string and slide up to fret 16 of that same string. So here's what we've got from the top. Alright, now from here, it's again the same exact thing, but we're up a minor third from where we were previously, aka 3 frets up from where we were previously. So we're gonna finish it off by pulling off from fret 16 of the high E string to fret 13. Same exact frets in the same exact way on the G string. And then we're gonna send it home with the sweep, and that's gonna go from fret 16 of the G string, fret 15 of the B string, to fret 13 of the high E string. Lastly, we're gonna drive it home by hammering onto fret 16 of the high E string, then sliding all the way up to fret 19, and giving that note some vibrato. So I want to leave you with something to keep in mind with this particular exercise, because there are different ways you can apply it to similar things that use anything diminished. You'll notice that in positions 1, 2, and 3, we use the same exact shape, but again, those patterns were in different spots on the fretboard. They were all 3 frets apart or a minor third apart. And this is what is really cool about anything diminished, is because you could take the same exact phrase and play it 3 frets away, either higher or lower. And the implications with that are really cool and really easy to lock in if you want to harmonize this at all. But that can be a topic for a later video if you're interested. If you want to dive into that a little more, feel free to drop a comment, and I'd love to see if you're interested in a lesson dedicated to harmonizing with anything diminished. So let's take this whole pattern from the top and we'll play it slowly. And now up to speed. Repetition is key if you really want to lock in this shred lick. You can start this whole lick by only playing in the first position if you want. Just do that first spot over and over again. And from there, it'll be a lot easier to apply it to the rest of the sequence because, again, like I've stated, it's the same shape. You just have to get used to sliding it into each new position. And just to keep a little bit of theory in mind, note that because this is a diminished pattern, each new shape you ascend into is a minor third or 3 frets away from the previous one. So start slowly and use a metronome to help you with timing and rhythm. Stick in and stay consistent with this, and before you know it, you'll have an epic, face-melting, mind-bending shred lick under your belt. And don't forget to download my free Elite Tones cheat sheet if you have not done so already. It gives you my best tips on how to dial in killer amp sounds. It also has some hacks in there to show you how to make digital amp simulators sound like authentic physical amplifiers. It even has direct links to some of my favorite free amp sim plugins. That's like paying nothing for a whole new amplifier or several that takes up 0 floor space. So just click the link in the description or go to zacksharguitar.com and download this awesome free resource. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Zach with Zack Shar Guitar. God bless. I will see you in the next one.